Pastor Tim coming to you again from Lomita and Bend United Methodist Churches. We are serving Central Texas in the United Methodist flavor, inviting everyone to join us on our podcast on Sunday morning, on our live stream, that is, and our podcast anytime during the week. We have several podcasts and live streams online, so you can look those up. It's just a different sort of flavor with a small church than some of the big city churches. We are doing a series of Bible studies online. We've done several. Recently, we talked about what it meant to be United Methodist. We went a little off subject. We're going to get a little off subject today too, because we're talking about camp meeting. On the 5th of June, we will be meeting on the Cherokee Creek at the campground that the Bend United Methodist Church has. There has been a continuous camp meeting for 166 years. 166 years ago, I was just a young child as they began camp meeting and meeting. You have to remember the time. Texas was a young state. The Civil War hadn't even happened yet. It was a wilderness area. It's still not densely populated, but there was still danger of Indian attack. There was the pioneers that came into Texas from the United States were sparse and scattered. And there was a need for some kind of civilization, some kind of organization, some kind of faith community that would hold things together. There were not many preachers. The first Methodist preacher was sent here from, I believe, Tennessee. He arrived in 1840, and he had the circuit of Texas. So he had to serve the whole state of Texas at the time. So there was not a whole lot of organized religion. And so there's also not a lot of social gatherings. People were scattered far and wide, and they might see each other at the trading post, or they might not. So there need to be time to get together. So the camp meeting came into existence. It came into existence in the East Coast, and for a revival religion. It was a time in which people preached and people camped and got to know their neighbors, and they ate together, they sang together. Sometimes there would be preaching on all four corners of the camp meeting, different denominations, different preachers, just to try to get faith into the community, into the surrounding areas, and everyone came. Everyone was expected to come, even those who had nothing to do with religion, who were resistant to any kind of preaching or teaching. They were still expected to come, and they would come, and great things would happen. People would have their lives changed. They would turn around to turn towards God, and that lessened the amount of drunkenness and the amount of violence, the things in the community that the community did not want in the absence of organized churches. So the camp meeting would invite everyone from the area to come, and people would come and camp because they would come long distances. They would remember the roads were dirt roads, trails maybe, and they would come by wagons, and they'd pitch their tent and sleep for a week or 2 weeks in the camp. All sorts of things. You'd get to know your neighbor. The young people would get to meet each other. There'd be people who began to date and end up getting married out of that. So there was young mothers would get advice from older mothers, and there'd be a time of thinking about what was really valuable in life and what the Bible had to say to them. And so the camp meeting's been a long tradition of generating faith. The nature of it has changed a little bit today. Not everybody expects to go to camp meeting anymore. Mostly it's church folks who want to have their faith excited And so we're going to be doing that at the campground. We have the old, it's not a tabernacle like it used to be. They used to have tabernacles with tree branches for a roof and posts holding the roof up, so it's open air. But we have something similar, only with a more substantial roof, with electricity and with fans to try to cool off a little bit. So we eat there, and then we have preaching at 7, and we'll be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and then on Sunday morning we'll meet again at the campground at 10 o'clock. So 7 o'clock on the weekdays. So we're following that great tradition of the church and maintaining one of the oldest camp meetings in the entire country, and surely part of the formative movement that brought Christianity to deep into parts that were not very well inhabited at the time. So join us at camp meeting. We'll invite you and we'll have a good time. I'll see you next time.